Aquarius, welcome to your October 2018 tarot reading. It's Raina here, shuffling the cards. Okay, we have at the base of the reading the card of transformation, the Death card. I don't know specifically what this would mean for each of you. Maybe it's still that aftermath of the lunar eclipse in your sign, where you're seeing that there are things coming to an end, or the solar eclipse in your opposite sign. So that's your romance sector, your committed partnership sector. So endings and beginnings, lots of change. I have a couple of kings here, so that could be authority figures. And I feel like you might be doing something that is a lost cause. You might be trying too hard in the workplace. We have here the Eight of Pentacles, which is a card of mastering a skill. So with the Death card, that could even be that you lost a job, or you were laid off, and maybe you decided, I need to improve my skill set, and that will keep me. So maybe you were taking some kind of a training program or something like that. And then here we have as the challenge the Six of Pentacles. So it's in the challenge position. So it could mean that even though you invested in yourself, it isn't represented by what you have gotten back in return. And that can feel really crappy, because you might feel like, I went all out and they still are, you know, I still can't get what I deserve. And it might be that you're looking for a new job and you're going around and you feel this sense of stagnation in the wages or something like that, because we do have we have 4 Pentacles cards, so money might be really on your mind right now. The Death card connects to Scorpio, so this could be in romantic relationships, who is involved, and perhaps you try to please this person or make them happy, and yet it was always like a one-way street where you were giving and they were taking. And sometimes it's not so much taking, but if it is like literally a Scorpio, and not just speaking of the ending of a relationship, but not specifically a particular sign. If it is like a Scorpio person, it might not be, oh, this person was right and this person's wrong, but just that the temperaments are so different that you don't know which one is in the right, because you're both so different that you have different needs. And so it's not like this person's right, this person's wrong. It's like, well, we're just on a different page, and that's okay. We don't have to be on the same page. But I have a feeling that this is something, this could even be like a marriage, something much more serious. And you may have tried very hard to make things work, but it wasn't fair. The situation was not fair. And it really is over. The spiritual message, maybe from your spirit guides or angels, the King of Wands. This is kind of an alpha male energy. So this could have many different connotations. It could mean that this is really your soulmate. Maybe this is the person the one that got away. So this would be a fire sign male, maybe an older, more mature fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. I don't know if that's connected to Leo. I always connect royalty to Leo. Kings and queens and stuff like that. But that might be saying, your spirit guide saying, this is the person you need to be with. Maybe you're with an earth sign. And that person just is not, you're not on the same page with that person. Maybe you have a child with them and you had like a sexual, like Taurus is an example. The other earth signs are Virgo and Capricorn. Maybe you had an attraction physically to them, but your intellectual interests are like far apart. And this King of Wands might have been the one. But something happened that kept you two apart. Also, with the King of Wands, this could mean that this is a person who, now this is in the upright position, so typically we would say that this kind of an individual is positive. But when it's a King of Wands, it's very masculine. So it can, you know, if this is a person like an Aries, let's say, kind of a person, you may, or no, it could be like a Leo too. You might even resent them as being overbearing. You might think that they are too interested in calling the shots, and that might be what makes you so mad. So this could be talking about the person that you are estranged from, or that's really over because of those qualities. The other thing too is that, you know, they may be very domineering or a bully. But again, this is in the upright position. So usually when it's those negative qualities, I would think of the reversed position. So it makes me think that this is somebody that you are supposed to be with. And perhaps you married somebody else or got involved with somebody else on the rebound, and you realize now that you never really loved this person. You either moved in together or got married because you got pregnant, or they got pregnant, and you feel this sense of like alienation from this person. Actually, this is the, you know, current situation. This is Eight of Swords. This is showing a person who feels like they can't move. They feel like they're kind of bound, or, you know, that they're kind of tied in place. So the thing you have to understand about the Eight of Swords is that you are Swords energy, Aquarius. And swords relate to thought. A lot of times people with who are you know, suffering in some way, their suffering, it's like self-induced because they have certain beliefs that have no basis in, I mean, they have no independent reality. It's just that you ascribe to them, and especially if you have Mercury in Aquarius, then you may have very stubborn thought patterns. And some of these things are just, well, not some of them, all are forms of conditioning where you think this is, you know, things are black and white, and this is this and that is that. An example would be, it's a sin to get divorced. Or it's a sign of failure to leave a long-term relationship. People are going to think that we failed at something, and caring what other people think. Usually Aquarius doesn't give a fig what other people think. But not only is Aquarius ruled by Uranus, which is very far out, it's also co-ruled by Saturn, and that's the ruler of Capricorn, and can be more traditional. So sometimes that traditional conditioning might kick in at moments like this. Or maybe it's that you think you can't make it without that person. Maybe you're dependent on them for some reason. It might not be like a literal dependence that you can't, maybe you have your own source of income, but it's just emotional, it's just habitual, who knows? When you examine your thoughts, you let go of those chains, or in this case, rope. Cut the rope. A great thing to do, I mean great in the sense that if you just get the gist of it, it can just help you instantaneously, is Byron Katie, if you've ever heard of her. She has a system of self-inquiry called The Work, which is a series of 4 questions that you ask yourself. And pretty much the one that is the cut to the chase one is, is it true? That's like the first question. Whatever thought you have, ask, is it true? Is it like undeniably true? Most things are not. Most things are like assumptions that you make about your life, about yourself, that aren't really provably true. And you begin to realize that nothing is set in stone, that just because you believe something about life doesn't mean that it's literally true. Oh no, I said the word literally, which is what a millennial, that's like, a very common word that millennials say. Nothing against millennials, it's just that I read that a lot online. You literally said this. So yeah, it's just something that that the truth shall set you free, and the truth. This person is not only bound, but they're blindfolded. So it's also showing a sense of like denial, refusal to see things as they really are. What's coming in, 2 of Pentacles, this could be a job offer maybe, and it could be like overseas even, but it could be that you're wrestling between, should I stay with this, even though you know that it's over. And see what I'm saying when I said the Death card, some of you may have gotten laid off, and so that's not even on the radar, but the 2 of Pentacles can mean that you decide to take 2 jobs. Maybe you take 2 part-time jobs. You could be very busy with the 2 of Pentacles. But it can be that with the Death card, it's not that you have actually been fired. With the 6 of Pentacles in the challenge position, you might have been passed over for a promotion, and it's almost like you are very disgusted by it, and you're like, that's it, but you still haven't left. So with the 2 of Pentacles, you may get a second job so they can ease into it if you decide to quit, or you just take 2 part-time jobs or create a job for yourself so that you can pay your bills while you're moving on to the next thing. And the outcome is the King of Pentacles, which is a really great card. This can indicate financial mastery of some sort. So maybe you get a job offer and it's really good money. And maybe the only downside is you have to move to a different country. But if you are up for that, then you may benefit quite nicely from it. And the King of Pentacles can also be a financial advisor who helps you to kind of like get your ducks in a row, maybe an accountant. But I think, actually, I think of the King of Pentacles as somebody who owns a business. Maybe you hook up with somebody who is very prominent in the business community, and you're able to sell a product. Like with the Two of Pentacles, it could be like, you know, juggling two jobs. So maybe you have been doing something on the side, and you have your little cottage industry, and you approach somebody who has backing, who can give you backing for this. There's like money all over this reading. But I love the fact that I end on the King of Pentacles, because that can speak of, you know, hooking up with wealth. Okay, Aquarius, that's what I have for you. If you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below this video. I wish you the greatest of luck and happiness in October. Bye.